In today's episode, we're going to put our focus downfield on our 4 cutters. With the end zone down here, the goal is to move the disc through the hose stack to essentially score an easy goal. We can accomplish that by just working our way down the open side until we get there. Now, there's going to be a few challenges along the way, most notably defense. So let's go ahead and bring our defenders into play. Defense in blue. We're going to assume that we have a forced forehand flick for the duration of this episode. And we can go ahead and see what happens when that does change. So here, we're going to get the blue defenders on the open side defense. The first thing we want to play is a quick game just to showcase the importance of clearing the space and attacking the space. That's one of our concepts we talked about in the basics of the hose stack episode 1 is the horizontal stack is all about clearing a space and then attacking. So let's play the game where we're going to put a forehand mark, which essentially means that in this light green, this space is very difficult to throw to, the break side. It is possible for an inside break here and an around break here. But for the most part, we're gonna say this green squiggly line is very tough to get the disc in. That means this area in orange is going to be the open side area where we want to get the disc. So, first game here is clear the space, attack the space. The first thing we notice is this cutter here is in this orange space that we want to attack. So you gotta get out. Principle 1, cutting and clearing in a hose stack. If you're in the space, leave the space quickly. If you just kind of decide to jog out of the space, the defender can see you're only going 50% and stay in this valuable space, poaching the lane you want to attack. So you can clear quickly. Now, where do you want to clear? In this scenario, I think it's totally fine to clear full speed at the sideline, which is usually a great spot to be in a hose stack, keeping a lot of space in the middle of the field. Or you can go ahead and cut across the field the long way to the break side. Again, this green area is okay to be in because that's a tougher throw for the handler to make. It's that break side. And honestly, if you go full speed across the field, you may find yourself kind of open for this around break. All right, once you've cleared the space, which is great, now the space is there to attack. Now, who gets to attack it? You have one player kind of in this break side, one player on the sideline. I think in this case, this is a better cut for our player here, just because this deep cut is a better outside in flick or lefty backhand. If you take off deep and attack this space, you can't really get a good deep cut from this sideline. It's just kind of a weird throw. There's not so much of a window. So we're gonna go ahead and allow the player from the break side to attack deep and then open, getting into this space. All right, and just for the game to continue, let's say that the throw does go right in the middle of this orange box to this attacking cutter. And the disc goes up right there. If this video is helping you with the hose stack, make sure you check out the full course over on Excel Ultimate. Not only will you have 4 more episodes in this course, but you also have a new film school where we send out weekly focused film guides so you can understand skills and strategy in game better. Give it a look down in the description or the pinned comment. So let's go ahead and erase these boxes and areas to attack. And let's see what happens next. Okay, so the disc is here. our cutters are now pushing downfield. And what we're going to do is set up the next cut and talk about the new areas of the field to attack. So now we have our 4 cutters, 1 with the disc, 1 on this sideline still, and 2 more that have pushed downfield. And we're still kind of in that horizontal stack across. So with this flick mark here, now it's pretty much taking away this area of the field with the mark, and we can open up the inside window a little bit. Most throwers have that. And the area to kind of attack that we want to attack is probably this space. All right, so now we need to figure out how we want to attack this orange. One thing here, which brings up a great opportunity to talk about, is this player on the sideline. It looks like they're in a safe space now to clear if they just kind of hang out on the sideline. They're not really disrupting this window. Sometimes, however, if this first throw goes a little bit wide and the first cut catches it towards the sideline, now the throwing window will make a dotted line just because it's not there. Now this player who's originally on the sideline probably needs to clear across the field because both them and their defender has found themselves kind of in that danger zone where we want to attack as an offense. Okay, however, let's bring it back and assume that we caught the disc towards the middle of the field, so this player out here is safe as long as they keep their heels on the sideline. We don't want to sit right here. Oh, we're near the sideline, but there's a big difference now. The defender in blue can jump and intercept any pass headed to this area we want to attack. So make sure if you're clearing on the sideline, stay on the sideline or sprint across the field as fast as possible to get out of this area and allow our new cutters to attack. So our other cutters, now let's talk about the other side of the field who have been pushing up with the play, now can start attacking from this zone where we don't want or we can't get the disc to due to the break side. We can now attack our pink cutter up and into this good zone. Get the next completion there. And now we can continue flowing, maybe for this away or attack the cone for the goal. Okay, so that's just a couple of examples of knowing where kind of the dead zone is, where we can't attack so easy due to the break and the mark, and the zone where we want to attack and how important it is to keep that zone wide open. All right, and just to recap a few of our principles that we just went over is, if you find yourself in that attacking space, there's really no wrong place to clear as long as you're getting out of that zone as fast as you can, usually towards the sideline, whether that's the break sideline on the far side of the field, or if you think that the open side is, there's enough space where you can hug that sideline, put your heels on it, and allow space for that next throw. That's going to take some time to develop as kind of decision-making habit of where to clear and when to clear, but just making sure whenever you find yourself kind of in that open side lane, you're getting out. And whenever you find yourself kind of in that break side, that green zone we talked about, where it's hard to get the disc to, and you notice that space opening up, it's generally your turn to attack that space full speed, whether it's a deep cut or an out and under. If you want to support this channel, then please consider Evergreen jerseys for your next team order. The link is in the description below. The more orders Evergreen gets, the more content we can bring you and the ultimate community.